Hey guys, and welcome to part 18 of Final Fantasy III. Well, hopefully it's part 18, let's see how the edits go. But whatever. And we're going to head to Eureka. Now this is a little bonus area, well, sort of a bonus area, you do want to come to it. So all the hype up that Dogen Dune gave to Eureka, you can skip it entirely. But it is worth going because there's some pretty good boss fights, but some even better weapons. So well worth venturing in, I would say, even if just for the experience in preparation for the final boss. That's the key inside. The key that Dogi gave us worked. Let's do it. Let's do this. Okay, well, yeah, well, guess we don't have much choice. Now, you notice that my MP pool isn't quite too good for our level 1 cures and stuff. But at this point, we will be going and after each of these bosses, we do get fully healed. So you don't really have to worry about you know, your MP pool being run down. There's yeah, healing points, or you do get automatically healed after the bosses. So yeah, feel free to use your best spells against it. We're just collecting some items: a white musk, an elixir, Falgabard, and a chocobo's wrath from them. We're going to go down to the next floor, but first I'm just going to complete the bestiary. So on this floor, we're looking for the Abaia, the Sleipnir, and the Haokah. Here comes the Sleipnir. Crazy. So again, just not too fussed about what spells I use. Got 18 Curaga, why not? Again, these enemies aren't particularly, you know, difficult. Obviously, compared to other areas, there will be higher levels, depending on what level your party is at as well. But we're in our early 50s, so I think we're more than a good enough match for them. But yeah, we can get some really cool items down here. In particular, there is a ribbon item coming up as well, which I would suggest coming down. And depending on your party levels, or your party setup, you might want to, if you're not up for fighting all the bosses, you might want to skip certain bosses. Okay, perfect. So here's our next enemy, the Abaia. Let's get rid of this guy. I'm guessing, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that it's weak to wind. I just feel like anything with wings is weak to wind. We'll see how true that holds up. But I don't think we're in need of any heat. Well, it's gone. I guess we'll never know. I'll if I'm not lazy, I'll put in an annotation. If I am lazy, you'll see nothing. I'm not lazy, but I did find out that this guy is not weak to wind. So hopefully that answers any burning questions. I thought we'd show this one off because it's a back attack, and also we're covered in darkness. So let's get that removed. Unfortunately, back attack, but oh wow. Yeah, so we've only got one more enemy at this point to find the Haokah, I think it's pronounced. Fingers crossed. There are a couple of enemies that we'll encounter throughout, but those will come on the lower floor. So okay, here we go. Here's the Haokah. Let's get rid of them. And for those with the burning desire to know whether the Abaia was weak to wind, I googled it between this fight and the Abaia fight, and it is not weak to wind. I'm just using lightning or Thundaga just for a spell to use. And yeah, just attack. That seems to be the best way to deal damage for me at the moment. Perhaps had I gone for a different party setup. Maybe I've heard the Bard is actually really good. I've possibly underutilized stuff like the Bard and the Scholar in this playthrough. I promise we will show some Bard action off though. That'll come later, much later. But there we go. Not bad at all. Okay, let's go down. Sorry, I was a little bit silent because I was trying to suppress a hiccup. So we're off to the left first, and we just go to this little room here. Get ourselves a white musk. And we want to head down to the right. And there's another room here. Yeah, lots of decent experience here as well, guys. So, again, even if you're not bothered about getting 100%, I think the items down here and just the experience makes this well worth it. If you go behind this little wall, we can get ourselves a ribbon. Now we're coming up against a ninja, I believe. It is. So let's just finish this guy off, but nothing too complicated, to be honest. And the ribbon makes it well worth it. It protects against all status ailments. So you can see that our Devout has been poisoned. She will not be poisoned in future. As far as I'm aware, it's possible to get 5 ribbons in the game prior to the final boss. We'll be getting the other 4, but that comes later on. And yeah, it will. I will equip the ribbons just because the status immunity is very, very helpful. Okay, please stop bullying me. And don't worry, I'll cure the poison after as well. I did notice actually that my stock of items was incredibly low. I think I had like 5 antidotes, 5 echo words, 5 eye drops, stuff like that. Yeah, we will purchase a full stock of items essentially once we're done through here. So don't worry, we will be lacking in items no longer. That's quite a long fight, you know. Oh wow, it's all done. Right, so let's get oh, she's got darkness as well. Let's get that ribbon equipped. I don't know whether this has a no, it does not. Just wondering whether it acted retrospectively. Simple Oceanus should clear that up. Okay, awesome. And now we want to go around and go to the left again this time. This leads to a shuriken. There we go. And yeah, for those wondering, oh, where are these amazing bosses you've been waxing lyrical about? They'll be coming. They'll be coming. Just not quite yet. So once we've got this shuriken, head to the right. In fact, I'll give you a quick tip. Some people prefer to go straight down to the bottom because you can actually purchase some good magic. And once we get there, we go. That's an elixir. Once we get there, you can purchase the level 8 spells. So might be worthwhile going down, collecting them, then coming up to do the bosses. It's whichever way you prefer, really. But here we get another shuriken, another phoenix down, and head down to floor 4. Right, so this is where the exciting things happens, guys. So if you follow this path round to the right, and we're coming up against our weapons. So there's 5 weapons, 5 powerful weapons, but to obtain them, you've got to defeat a boss, and quite a powerful boss. So we're all healed up, that's good. And as I say, at the end of this boss, our MP will be restocked, our health will be restocked, so if you're worried about having to run through a gauntlet, don't. Is generous enough to heal you. Let's see what you're made of. Excellent. And yeah, you might recognise this character model. This is Hein, but the guy we're fighting is Amon. Now, you could just do what you did in the Hein fight, or you could just use non-elemental magic, and I think that works best, to be honest. I think maybe if we haste up our ninja. Yeah, I've noticed that the ninja does take quite a lot of damage. The ninja and the dragoon ended up being the ones that almost cost me in my test playthrough yesterday. Almost cost me my final battle against the final boss. So a little bit of a kerfuffle, but we'll get through it. We don't have to worry about that just yet anyway. So I will go a little bit overboard with maybe using Kirajas. In fact, there's little point in me using Kiraga, I might as well go all out. Right. You can see that this guy does hit pretty hard. I just keep casting non-elemental magic, which is bio. If you've got Meteor, from going to the end of Eureka, you can use Meteor. Yeah, just attack with your characters and it should be all good. It does have 33,500 HP, if anybody was interested in that. I guess, I don't know whether a raise would shift the barrier status. I'll have to check that out. I thought he's gone then. Come on, Amon, you don't want to be fighting too much longer, right? Right. Yeah, just doing a cheeky little Google on the Final Fantasy wiki to see whether we can... it doesn't seem to mention arrays, but either way, it's not something that you need to worry about. I guess we could check it. No, it'd just be a wasted turn, wouldn't it? Just to satiate my curiosity. Okay, well, consider our curiosity is unsatiated. Okay, get happy about a bit more than coffee. There we go. So Amon is gone. Working on that pun all day. We actually kept all our characters alive as well. Sweet. Mooming Blade. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so some of these bosses can be pretty tough, I will tell you that. So don't be afraid if you are struggling. They are tough, and you'll get through them eventually, trust me. So here we've got a Omni Rod, so we'll be popping that straight on Arch. We don't have to bother fighting. We don't have to bother fighting anything for that weapon. And to our right, we get the Master Moon. Okay, wish us luck. Master Moon, the Mystic Blade. I was thinking like, do you know the Pokédex from Pokemon? Master Moon, the Mystic Blade. Defeat me, and it will be yours to wield. Let's go for it. Okay, so this one I do recall being a pretty tough fight. So let's go. Try and use a little bit of actual strategy. I find that Quake and stuff doesn't tend to work. We'll just use Faraga. Right, so I want to haste up the ninja. I do want to cast... Actually, I think I cast Protect on it, on the ninja first. There we go. And I find, because this, she attacks multiple times, and she can poison your party as well. Got 29,000 HP. So I think if you just buff up our front row characters a little bit, provided that we're not in need of healing. So I'm not too fussed about curing poison. We'll cure it after the fight. We'll pop on a Protect on our Dragoon, and then next turn we'll do a round of healing. Hopefully Ark doesn't get attacked, or at least attacked only once. I think that's the main pain really, is there you go, haste as well. So can use a raise to get rid of that, and I think I would advise doing that actually, even at the extent of missing out on a round of magic damage. Oh, there we go. I swear, during my little test playthrough, that one went a lot less smooth than it did there. So yeah, the net sound, I was gonna cure castaways with Arc and just keep attacking, and then maybe consider hasting our fighting characters. But yeah, for that we get the Master Moon. So let's plonk that on our ninja. As that? Yeah, poison's healed as well. Sweet. Okay, there are actually a couple new enemies we can find here as well. The Oceanus and the Acheron. So do want to come across those before moving down to the next floor. Reason being on this floor is because these are the only two enemies that appear on this floor. Here we go, I believe this is the Acheron. Or Acheron. For one dagger, cure that, and yeah, just attack. On a sort of more positive note, the encounter rate in Eureka does seem very, very fair. In that, you know, you're not being overcome with encounters. So it makes this place a little, you know, less overwhelming. Okay, here we go, the Oceanus. Took us a couple of encounters, so I think 3 in particular. Yeah, you can see it's sort of like a big snake-like creature. And as I say, the reason I like searching for these on, or I searched for these on the 5th floor, on this floor in particular, is because it's only the Oceanus and Acheron that appear on this floor, so that's the best place for it. And yeah, these are the last 2 random encounter bestiary entries that we need. So again, just the same old stuff really. Got a bit of a bite to him, but nothing that we can't deal with really. Let's go use another dagger. Use a cure there and just attack with our newfound Master Moon. Sweet. Hey, got a level up. So I was blabbing on a bit. I think I'll cut it, but I was talking about how the encounter rate is pretty fair in this place. So don't really have to worry about, yeah, here we just follow the path. Don't really have to worry about encountering too many creatures. So it makes it a little less overwhelming. Yeah, so if you go all the way to the right past the set of stairs and get another weapon, Excalibur, the legendary sword. And another weapon means it's another boss. Let us see if your light burns brighter than mine. Alright. This boss is against the general. I don't think I healed beforehand, did I? Okay, that's fine. I think I do want to cast Protect on our ninja friend, and then we'll do a heal after. The Dragoon tends to be alright, but if it does get too sketchy, I'll maybe jump with the Dragoon. So nice. I feel like sometimes setting up the all the buffs and stuff, because you're essentially removing a healer from the party, and perhaps that's where the Bard comes into their own, really, because I think they can cast status ailments, status buffs on the entire party. Okay. I was tempted to maybe pop a haste on. Haste increases the amount of attacks that your character can use. Death doesn't sound good. Luckily it missed. Be wary of death. Yeah, that's why I put the ribbon on the white, on the devout rather. You'll probably hear me refer to the mages and devout as white mage and black mage respectively. Oh, devout and mages as the white mage and black mage respectively, I should say. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's go for the haste. I think we're all good and healed, and yeah, this guy doesn't seem too bad. If a character does get death inflicted or does get killed in battle, knocked out in battle, I'll probably cast a rise with a white mage, but with a devout. But yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, sweet. And unfortunately, none of our characters can equip Excalibur. The Knight can. I think the Dark Knight can as well. So let's move on. I feel like we've come so far since our village at the start. So here we get two choices. We'll take the left path first. And this is the Elder Staff. So this staff is guarded by Scylla. Let's see how we get on with it. You must best me in battle if you wish to use me. Alright. Spirit within the staff attacks you. Yeah, not a pleasant looking enemy. So this one can get 3 turns in per round. So just be wary of that. Again, let's I should have healed again prior to fighting. That's okay. There we go. Sorry, I just realised that I missed out the HP for one of the enemies, and I was just writing that down. But yeah, this guy has 35,000 HP, and the general before also had 35,500 HP, just in case I didn't mention that. So let's go use a Eureka. Keep ourselves healed. I think can maybe think about haste once our party's in good stead. Kiraga seems to do a good enough job. Obviously, as I say, if you want, do feel free to use your Kiragas as well. The blizzards tend to hurt quite a bit. I think because our Devout and our Mages have, because Ark and Rapier have protect rings where they're protected a little bit from the elemental attacks, but Luneth and Ingus there are not so lucky. There we go. Thank you very much. And of course we'll pop the Elder Staff on Refia. He's been needing a new weapon for a while as well. There we go. Perfect. Okay, well, let's head to the right. And this was a boss that I was scrambling to get the HP for. Awesome. Okay. So this fella is the Ragnarok. Let's Ragnarok and roll. I am Ragnarok, the human blade. Let us test your strength and see if you are worthy. Alright, buddy. And yeah, we're coming up against the Guardian. It can use Tornado, which is a very, very powerful attack, which I'd rather it not use. If it hits, it tends to do quite a lot of damage, reducing our characters to 1 HP. Again, 33,700 HP, and it can cast Reflect as well, so just be wary of that. If it does, I will try seeing whether a raise works on Reflect. I think that's worth it just to be able to continue dealing damage with Black Mage, because that 3k will be missed. Let's try that again. It's not usual for the Devout to go first. Yeah, I'm just constantly, in fact I might even just shove in a Kiraja just in case we do get reduced to 1. Yeah, I think this was another fight that gave me a little bit of trouble in my test as well. So again, don't be worried if you do have to use Phoenix Downs. It can also, I mentioned Reflect, didn't I? It can confuse as well. I think in this instance, a Black Mage will still do some damage against Luna, but I think it's worth it just to hopefully knock him out of the senses back into him really. I don't want to use a ninja because they're too powerful. My worry is that Luna will get his move in before Arc. I mean, luckily we managed to defeat it before anything bad came about, but excellent. The light is strong within you. I deem you worthy. Thank you. And for that we get the Ragnarok. So we'll plonk that on. Now, usually I've not really been equipping with sort of bonus weapons that I've got, in particular the Gungnir, and we'll be getting another weapon soon. I can't get Ragnarok on with him. That's fine. Can get it on with the Dark Knight, so let's use this teleport pad. And on this floor, we can get a couple of elixirs and a couple of shurikens. Thank you. And after I got this shuriken, I actually got the Glutton for Arms achievement for getting all of the weapons in Eureka. Now, I don't know whether maybe it's just delayed after getting the Ragnarok, or whether the shurikens actually counted as weapons. But yeah, that's when the achievement popped up for me after getting all of the chests. So I assume you'd need the Omni Rod as well. Okay. Now, these guys are important because they sell the level 8 magic. So let's go purchase one of each. Arise will be our best friend soon enough, don't worry. Arise is really good because it fully heals on what one's done. So let's go learn some magic. Flare's also a really good move as well. Don't let me underestimate or emphasize how good that is. So let me put on the holy tornado, minimize. Now, the fellow to the right, he actually sells the other summons that you could unlock through the side quest, so Odin, Leviathan, and Bahamut. And if you go through this little secret passage, this leads to a hidden shop, and again, quite a good shop. You can purchase shurikens, so we will be back here at some point. Also crystal items, and an Apollo harp, so I'll purchase this just for the sake of it. But I'm still not using the bar just yet. But soon. Okay, so now if you want, you can cast teleport to get out of here. We're going to exit Eureka. I'm going to walk out, and I'll meet you outside the Crystal Tower. I would suggest going out of the Crystal Tower. It gives you the opportunity to save. Oh, actually, before we do go, you can use these water pools to heal. So, yeah, could be a good place to level up as well if you want a healing spot. The pool to the right revives party member. The pool to the left, sorry, revives party members. Alright, so, yeah, I'll catch you outside the Crystal Tower. Right, sweet. So we're outside the Crystal Tower, so feel free to save. In fact, that's what I'm going to do now. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a few extra side quests. So specifically the Ultima Weapon side quest, and we're also going to check out a special dungeon. We're not going to complete that dungeon. We'll be doing that post-game. But just to let you know, we'll show it off how to obtain it. So I'm going to go back to the Invincible. If you're not interested in the side quest, feel free to join us in the next part, and we'll be tackling the Crystal Tower. But if you do want to join us for the side quest, stick about for the rest of this video. And yeah, we made it. Okay, let's go into the Invincible. We'll heal up. And I did mention about purchasing all those items as well. Which I need to do. So the next side quest that we're doing, if you've been keeping up with the Mognet, as soon as you open up Eureka, you don't have to complete Eureka, but as soon as you open it up, you can go back and get the Ultima Weapon. So we'll be doing that. Now, much like the Gungnir, I won't be equipping it for the sort of, yeah, I'm just stocking up on everything here. I'm not going to be equipping it for the playthrough, just for if anybody's following on DS and they've not got access to Mognet, then, you know, at least this shows you that you can beat the game without requiring the Ultima Weapon. But we will be getting it for any post-game stuff, optional stuff, so let's go and grab it. And of course, if you're playing on the iOS, the PlayStation Portable, or the Steam release, yeah, feel free to follow along and use the Ultimate Weapon to your heart's content. So we're off to Falgabard, and this is where we'll be finding the Master Smith. Now, if you recall, we had to pass it on the Orichalcum so that she could, you know, craft the ultimate weapon, the ultimate weapon, I should say. It just so happens to be called Ultimate Weapon. So, all the way across the mountain ranges, I'll just show where we are on the map. So we're here. Okay, sweet. And Master Smith is here. Is this what you were looking for? Yes, that's unmistakably Orichalcum. I didn't think I'd ever lay eyes on it, but did you ever know I had my eyes on you? Oh, I mean, thanks for bringing it to me. Mind if I start working on it? Do as you wish. There we go. This is going to be quite a challenge indeed. But yeah, as I say, for doing that, we get a weapon. Ah, I was expecting you. I've succeeded in tempering Orichalcum. The result is my best work yet, if I may say so myself. Oh, you may. Here, it's yours, as promised. Use it well. Thank you. Hope you enjoy crafting with Orichalcum. And that, as I say, gives us the Ultima Weapon. I will now continue my travels, seeking new metals to temper and all that. Maybe we'll meet again somewhere. We certainly will. Yeah, good luck then. You too. Farewell. Alright. So what we can do now is we can encounter the Master Smith throughout the world map. And if you've got a job level 99 in your party, she'll give you a different piece of equipment. Now, at this point, we're not going to get all of the job level 99s. That's going to be post-game. But in order to... I'm going to grab our Nautilus, but I also want to shift it so that we've... I'm not having to constantly go over here, so I'm just going to row to our Nautilus. It's just right this way, I don't have to keep going through the maze every time I want to grab the Nautilus in future. But yeah, I'm not going to get all of our job classes to level 99, but we do want to get at least one job class to level 99. We only need it for one character. Now, we do actually have a level 99 thief from when I went to get the Gungnir item from Odin, so I could just go ahead and do it myself. Yeah, now we can get out to be invincible easily enough. But for those of you who weren't bothered or fussed about doing the Gungnir quest, we'll show off, and we're going to do it with freelancers. And I'm going to do it with all 4 of the characters as well, because eventually to get probably the final achievement we'll get, we need to get job level 99 with all characters for all job classes. So we might as well start working on it, right? And specifically, we're going to do freelancers because they're the easiest to level. So I'll give a quick explanation about how the job leveling works and why we're doing it here in particular. So let's get them all onto freelancers, and as I say, this will give us the best opportunity of make it easiest to level these guys up in terms of job levels. We'll have to equip them. Okay, so we're all equipped, and let's get into a battle. Now, the easiest characters to level up are the Freelancer, the Bard, and the Thief. The Freelancer only requires 5 actions per battle to get a job level. The Thief and the Bard only require 6 job actions per level. So all we want to do is guard, and we want to do this for 4 rounds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on the 5th round, depending on how many enemies they are, we want 2 of them to... actually, let's see how much damage Lunaf does with it. He's got the Excalibur and the Ultima Weapon. We want 2 of our parties to guard, 2 to attack. Guard always takes precedent over attack, so they'll always go first. And yeah, there we go, just get rid of those goblins. Obviously our attack is reduced because we're still in our job adjustment phase. But for doing that, the job level should increase. Now we've just got to do that until we get to job level 99. So I'll join you guys when we reach that point. As as I say, the thief would have to take 6 actions, and the bard would have to take 6 actions. Just wondering whether there's anything else I've forgotten. But yeah, just remember that guard always takes precedence over attack. And with auto battle, it should go by pretty fast. We go here because there's less experience, so we're not going to get any unnecessary actual level ups. And yeah, I'll catch you guys when we've made it. Alright. Alright, so I'm actually doing some post commentary here because for whatever reason I mustn't have had my microphone on. So this is the battle where we obtain job level 99 with Ark, Refia and Ingus. And essentially what I want to explain now is what I'm going to be doing with the level 99 Freelancer. So what we want to do is we want to seek out the Master Smith. Now, a Master Smith appears in several locations across the world map. But there are 2 locations in particular that you can keep cutting to back and forth. That's the Healing Copse and Gasol. So once we've all healed up, what you'll see is that we head into the Nautilus. And then we actually just fly between the Healing Copse and Gasol. I'll show you the 2 locations where the Master Smith does appear. And essentially, just want to keep flying between the 2 areas until you catch her, and then she'll give you the job master card for whatever job you've got equipped, which has been leveled up to job level 99, and she'll also give you a special piece of equipment relating to the job. So there's a Healing Copse. We saw Gasol. I don't know why I'm flying about there, but yeah, into Gasol, and she appears in the Chocobo stables here. I mean, obviously she's not here at the moment, but and then just go back to the Healing Copse, and then likely what we'll do, folks, is we'll cut to when we find the Master Smith. So yeah, here's the Healing Copse, not there. So yeah, you just keep flying between 2 places until you find her. So yeah, we'll catch you when we do stumble across her. And here she is. So I'm not sure why I'm waiting. I probably had my microphone on at the time, and I was probably explaining about it. But yeah, so once I finish wandering about, having a think, if you go speak to her, and then she'll give you the necessary equipment. So yeah, you get the little insignia, in which case it's a Freelancer card. And as I say, you also get a little piece of equipment as well, the Celestial Gloves. And yeah, then she goes off seeking her travels. So if you keep going to the Master Smith, every time you get a job level 99 job class, she'll give you an insignia as well as a piece of equipment. So I believe what I do now is I change my job classes back, and I get accustomed to them, I get adjusted to them. So yeah, we are going to seek out the Mognet, and I'll cut to there. Right, so we're back in Gasol, and going to speak to a Moogle. Obviously, I've gone the wrong way. And Moogle has a few more letters for us now that we've done the Ultima Weapon quest and managed to speak to the Master Smith with a job level 99. Now that's why I did want to get that insignia, because you need to get at least 1 job level 99 and speak to this Master Smith with that class in order to get one of these letters. So what one of these letters is based on, I believe, getting the Ultima Weapon, and the other letter that we can get is based on getting the job level 99 and speaking to the Master Smith once we do have the job level 99. So yeah, very touching letter from the 4 old men there. And I believe we've got another letter from Aelus at this point, so just going to swap over to Ark. We'll just check out our job menu, why not? So yeah, swapping over to Ark, and he should have a letter from Aelus. And these letters are going to give us access to a secret dungeon. And it's sort of based on this Slavonian legend about a star falling into the sea. So once you have that letter, you can check out the secret dungeon. So that's what we'll be doing. And thankfully, our microphone does come back in, so we will get my contemporary commentary. So cheers. So, at this point, we're going to head over to the question mark dungeon. This is a secret dungeon. You simply fly east from the floating continent, and you'll see this spot here. Another way to track it easily is from the southern tip of the Dal continent. Just simply fly west, and you'll come across it. So if we go under, we're going to save before going into it. Now, I'm not going to challenge the final the boss here. At the end of this little place, you've got the sort of super boss, but in this area there are the dragons. Now, we can encounter the dragons in the final dungeon in the Crystal Tower, but the reason I want to fight the red dragon here is A, so we can get into our bestiary, but also we can go out, heal up, go back to Doga's Manor if need be, and specifically it's the red dragon. And of course, it goes without saying that we do actually want to go and heal up our magic, so speaking of Doga's Manor, we'll go straight back there. Might have had a bit of a boo-boo with a green dragon, but yeah, in that dungeon you can encounter the yellow dragon, the green dragon, and the red dragon. Now, we will be encountering the yellow and green dragon in the Crystal Tower, but the red dragon is actually a common encounter in the question mark dungeon. So I thought that would be the best place to come across it, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we'll catch you back in the question mark dungeon. Wish us luck. So red dragons, well, yellow dragons have 79,999 HP. Green dragons have 89,999 HP. Red dragons have 99,999 HP. I do actually want to change these to back though as well. Okay, that's fine. So good turn to do that. So at this point, we'll just use flares, go all out. We'll heal up at Doga's Manor after. And if you just hop Ingus into a back row as well. Now, protect things will reduce elemental damage, but yeah, it's that physical damage that does quite a lot. What I want to do with Luneth is just keep jumping. So that means that the cure will miss him for the most part, but at least that way we can get him out. Now, to be honest, I'm just doing this for the bestiary entry. I wouldn't recommend leveling up using these guys just yet. As you level up, I don't know why I used Soul Eater. That's a mistake. Yeah, I meant to just attack. But as you level up to, say, maybe 80s, you might want to come back into this place, and then you can start leveling up using these dragons. But certainly below level, possibly even level 90. But yes, certainly at this point in time in our mid-50s, it is just not feasible. It takes too long, and healing up will be a pain because we'll essentially have to heal up after every battle, but it will be training against these in due course. And the good thing about these, actually, the dragons, is that they have a chance of, so they always drop an elixir. If they don't drop an elixir, they've got a chance of dropping either an onion, so I say they always drop an elixir, but they have a chance of dropping a onion sword, which is the best weapon for the onion knight, the onion shield, and each of the three dragons, drops a different piece of onion armor. So one drops an onion helmet, one drops the onion, armor, and one drops onion gloves, I believe they're called. So if you want a full set of onion equipment, these guys are the best bet. And the red dragon is the most common in this place, so you'll be coming across the red dragon plenty of times if you do use this place to train. And it goes without saying, they do give good experience. Now, each of the dragons do put on a different status ailment. It's not going to be too bad later on when we get some ribbons that'll sort of nullify that aspect. But red dragon can poison. I think one of the dragons casts blind, and the other might be confused. I'll see whether I've made any notes of that, actually. Just bear with me. Yeah, I've not got anything on either the red, the green or yellow dragon in terms of the status ailments, but I believe the other one is confused, and the other also does blind with their attacks. Once we've run out of flares, let's go for level 6 magic. I find the level 7 magic tends to not be too effective, to be honest. As I say, we're simply doing this just to get the red dragon in our bestiary. Now, the reason I'm not doing it in the crystal tower, you might come across it in the crystal tower, but I think it's going to be pretty dangerous at that point if I do lose against it. And that's part of the reason I've got the Ultima Weapon and the Gungnir on as well. And it is possible to beat it without the Gungnir and the Ultima Weapon, by all means, at the levels I am at currently. So if you don't have either of those, don't worry about it. But yeah, I just figured this would actually be the safer point, because the red or any dragon is pretty much a guaranteed encounter. And there we go. Fortunately, Ingus has perished. And we'll get to see Arise in action. That's pretty neat. And we're doing pretty good for health anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. What I will do is I'll have Lunar Jump. I'll put Arc on guard, and if we go for down to Arise, and yeah, Arise is really good. Critical, of course. Arise is really good because it heals you up fully. I think Luna might actually perish at the next poison. Hopefully we get rid of this guy fast, but if not, what I'll do is I'll have Luna attack and then we can get a Kiraga in. In fact, let's go for Kiraga. Because Luna is in the air, any cures don't affect him even if he lands prior to Raphia taking her turn. Which I don't think Luna gets poison damage while he's in the air, so that's pretty nice. But you can see it's a bit of a worry when we're at this point. So I think he'll take poison damage there. Yep. Okay, let's have him attack normally. we'll put these guys on guard. Oops, not you on guard. Again, this is a bit risky, really. I wouldn't recommend you do this if you're not certain. And yeah, therefore I think the ribbon comes in really handy. But yeah, I thought that's just to get that cure on Luneth in particular. Okay, sweet. Let's jump on up. And again, if you've got your stock of antidotes, you can feel free to use them. A bit of a slow and boring battle, but it does wield some good experience at the end of it all. and this isn't the ultimate boss, if anybody was wondering. That comes a little later. I'd say the magic damage is pretty dangerous, especially after that attack. I could probably do with using maybe protect on Ingus. We should be nearly done at this point, but yeah, perhaps something to think about if any of you are playing along and doing this fight as well. Vethia tends to always go last with her spells. And yeah, Fundag is pretty dangerous too. So again, even casting Shell on a character, but it is just the amount of turns that it sort of takes up, right? So you can see how formidable this guy is, and why I don't particularly want to face him in the final dungeon if we can help it. I mean, if we come across it, we will, of course, and we'll be in a better position in terms of our own levels and HP at that point. But again, just getting unlucky there. It'd just be my luck to actually kill it this time, won't it? Okay. So again, we'll guard, and we'll. I meant to use a visor. Oh, that was my own silly fault. I did it again. Okay. Now these guys always drop a tempted just to use Kiraja. Yeah, let's do that. These guys always drop an elixir, so again, if you're perhaps a little bit worried, feel free to utilize those elixirs if you need to, or if you want to rather. So I know I'm going about this a dangerous way, but I do sort of want them all to get the experience. So I'm going to use the rise on Luna first, because I can get him jumping up. And just get him out of the picture, and then we can get Ingus up. You can see how good a spell that. Might even just use a high potion on. Actually, I'm going to guard again, and the reason being because that'll reduce the amount of damage that he takes on a physical attack. Come on, Luna, jump, jump, jump. That is unlucky. Again, I'm doing this a stupid way. I could use Phoenix Downs if I wasn't so picky about using him. So trust me, this is me being an idiot and being stubborn. But I think that we've made it. So again, at this next juncture, what I'll do is I'll good, excellent. I was going to say I won't cast Jump with Luna if I'll try to heal him, but we got it. Yeah. Well worth level up for Ingus. Oh, and we got an Onion Shield. Awesome. But yeah, you can expect elixirs. Now, if you're doing that, I'd suggest coming out, going back to Doga's, saving, healing. You know the drill. So let's go ahead back to Doga's Manor. And yeah, as I say, we'll encounter the yellow dragon and the green dragon in the Crystal Tower. So let's get to this magic pot. And hopefully we don't encounter the... Oh, Sleipnir lost out on a level. There we go. Awesome. We'll kill the poison and check out this magic pot. Okay, sweet. So what I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm going to meet you outside the Crystal Tower. And yeah, this one's been quite a lot of work. So yeah, if you have been following along and leveling up your freelancers, it's probably took it a couple of hours. Do give yourselves a pat on the back and do take a little break as well. Okay, I thought I'd show you a battle on the Invincible because what happens if you get sort of lucky with it is that it does shoot off some cannonballs, and I don't think I've shown this off, so yeah, here we go, fire support, and yeah, it just deals a bit of damage to the enemies. Yeah, nothing too much, but thought it'd be worth showing off. Alright, I'll catch you outside the Crystal Tower. If you were just wondering on our little stats here, in our bestiary we've got 88% of the monsters before going into the Crystal Tower. Now bear in mind that it might go up to 89% if you've seen both the green and yellow dragon as well as the red dragon before coming here. I've only got the red dragon listed at the moment, and in terms of our chests we should have 92% open, so there you go. Okay guys, so we're outside of the Crystal Tower, all healed up. Make sure to save up. I do have full magic charges. I did heal up using my high potions. So yeah, next part we'll be making our way through the Crystal Tower and towards the final boss. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Cheers.